Water comes in many flavors to the discerning palate. Mondstadt's water is crisp and pure, while water from Liyue has an enduring aftertaste. In Inazuma, the water possesses a depth of flavor unlike any other. Sumeru's water, meanwhile, has a rich and complex flavor profile, but it must be savored patiently to fully appreciate it.
My blade will lead us through the shadows.
Bow your head.
Make way for the Adeptus! Skyward! Scatter!
I thought I told him to spray it with water to retain moisture before applying the film. You can't treat a glaze lily like a cactus. If Sanjay does this again...
I'll go talk to him.
Hey, Tighnari!
Oh, it's you two. It's been a while. What brings you to Port...
We didn't have anything to do, and this place looked pretty lively, so we decided to stop by. But,
Well, Port Ormos is currently organizing a flower exhibition featuring flowers and plants for... The exhibition includes flowers from... Even so.
Oh, and that expert is...
Not this time, no. I'm just here to help out. The expert in charge...
Mr. Tighnari! Sanjay! He confused the poisonous bull...
Never mind. Apologies, Traveler, Paimon. Looks like I've got something to take...
Tighnari's busy no matter where he is, huh? Yeah, seems like it. Some people... Well, looks like Tighnari might be busy for a while. Let's... Wow, look at these flowers! They smell so...
Huh?
Paimon's... fine. She's just got a little...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilia's?
It's getting worse. But, I
moment of your time, you two? If it's not too much trouble, perhaps you could try this incense.
Incense? Oh, the scent is so nice! Wait! Whoa, that was fast! Paimon doesn't have to sneeze anymore!
Think nothing of it. From your attire, I imagine you two aren't from Sumeru either. Seeing as we're both travelers from abroad, it's only right that we help each other out should the occasion arise.
Oh, so you're here for the flower exhibition too?
I suppose that's accurate. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Emilie, a perfumer from Fontaine.
Paimon is Paimon! Thank you so much for your help just now.
The traveler, right? I've heard a lot about you from the Steambird. It's nice to finally put a face to the name.
What happened back there? Why did
Have you ever heard of hay fever? To put it simply, when inhaled, certain pollen...
But Paimon has seen these kinds of flowers before.
Well, we're all different. The factors that can trigger a reaction to certain stimuli vary by person. In isolation, the effects of certain pollens may seem minimal, but there's no need to worry. Pollen allergies can be effectively...
Oh, well that...
Traveler! Paimon! There you are. I left in such a hurry, I forgot to warn you about all the pollen in the air. Emily? Ah, what a coincidence. Looks like my worry was misplaced then.
It was nothing, really. We happened to run into each other shortly after my arrival. I'm more curious as to why you thought the Traveler and Paimon were in danger. Allergies are highly unpredictable. If you were...
Remember the first time we met? You fainted after inhaling Spirit Borneal.
The Spirit Borneal didn't affect Paimon at all, and now she's the one suffering! It makes no sense!
It's not really something you can make sense out of, Paimon. There are all kinds of allergies out there, caused by a variety of different...
Exactly. I even encountered...
Whoa! Good thing Paimon isn't allergic to anything delicious.
In a manner of speaking, although you could say the...
In addition to medicine, Emilie is also very knowledgeable about botany. She's taught me a lot about the native flora around Fontaine.
And that's where my expertise ends, I'm afraid. When it comes to breadth of knowledge, Tighnari certainly comes out on top.
A flower expert? Oh, Paimon!
Wrong again, I'm afraid.
Well, I did come for the exhibition, but only to...
Oh, Paimon was sure she got it right this time.
It's a kind of flower that was once
August, huh?
In an ancient language, the word is said to mean sacred. That reminds me. Are you familiar with perfumania? It all started when several merchants released their own lines of high-end, expensive perfumes, marketing. No one anticipated the absolute frenzy this would create on the market. Causing the demand was twofold. What some saw as a status symbol, most saw as a money-making opportunity. You could take it. The value of these products became so inflated, regular bottles of perfume were even going for hundreds of thousands of mora. But at the end of the day, perfume is just perfume. The market value greatly exceeded the intrinsic worth of the product, creating an economic... Luckily, the Palais Mermonia recognized the danger and intervened before the craze could truly spread. Many profiteers and scammers were thrown in. In the end, only a few wealthy families were affected when the bubble popped.
What does all this have to do with that Auguste you mentioned earlier?
Well, during the craze, the most popular perfume was none other than Auguste. The demand far exceeded the supply, to the point where it once sold for 10 million mora a bottle.
10 million? Then what about now?
After the mania ended, most perfumes returned to a normal price. Auguste was the only exception. Its namesake, the flower used to create it, went extinct. Indeed, the Auguste flower was not a natural variety, you see. When the bubble popped, all the flower beds used for its cultivation were destroyed in a fire.
But didn't you say you came to the exhibition to look for it?
Yes. I came to investigate a certain rumor that the Auguste flower has reappeared in...
Traveler, we should help Emilie look for it.
I have to agree.
Even if I can locate the flower, Divine, noble, one of a kind. All beautiful sentiments, to be sure. When it comes to perfume, I want people to forget the price and the
Wow, so noble.
Of course, there's also a more Every so often, someone will claim to have recreated the unique scent of a goose.
Okay, that's...
Ever since that rumors, if I can dispel, then I'll be free.
That makes sense.
Oh, I would of course be great.
Well, you said it yourself.
Based on the information I have so far, it's unclear. Mr. Edgar also thinks...
I was just about to...
Edgar?
The person you've been trying to get back when he was still working in...
I should also mention...
So, this guy was a famous perfumer in Fontaine, but then he came to Sumeru to...
It's a long story. If you're interested, we can talk more about it when we see him. He should be staying near the hotel.
Into the wind. Time to go.
Oh, look at all the flowers!
Apparently, the exhibitor paid a large sum to rent out the hotel and surrounding buildings.
Yeah, what if guests come early? They won't have anywhere to stay. Also, renting out this big of a hotel, how are they gonna make that more back?
It's been so long.
Well, you and your brother.
Oh, yeah. All this catching up is nice and all.
Hold on. We have guests.
It's nice to see you again, Master.
Emilie? Is that you? Oh, it's been years. I've heard you've become quite the famous perfumer.
Oh, well, it's all...
Hardly. I taught you the basics. I've taught many students here in Sumeru over the years. And who are these two? I don't recall you mentioning them in your letter.
They're my new friends, the Traveler and Paimon.
Emilie's friends.
And these two gentlemen? Are they...
Of course. We're perfume merchants. I'm Oud.
Yeah.
Merchant brothers?
You must be here to look for the August flower.
Well, what respectable perfume merchant hasn't heard of a goose?
I'm guessing you're here for the same reason, Emilie. We were just about to get into it, so you three might as well join. I commissioned a few eremites to do some scouting for me. That being said, there are some of them were merchant, one of a...
No, I don't think so. A goose is even... Although...
Impossible. If a goose...
Technically speaking...
Well, let's...
No. By the time compared to things...
Wait. Are you saying...
I was just thinking...
We don't have much. You all traveled...
Ooh, you've got the keys to the room.
I managed to tidy...
Oh, and...
Don't worry, Master. I can sleep on the boat tonight. Or I could even camp in the wild. It would give me the even although... Would it...
Well...
Of course.
All right, then. I'll prepare some...
Whoa, the smell of flowers is so strong. Didn't Edgar say he tidied up around here? There's still so many flowers. Hyman took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers. Looks like this exhibition is gonna be huge.
No, that's a florist thing. We work closely with the essential oils of various plants. But to maintain a sharp sense of smell, most perfumers prefer to keep their homes free of strong odors.
Oh, guess there's just too much to store for the exhibition then.
Oh, this room's blaze. While you're out, why don't you...
Yeah.
All right, then. Where...
It's still at the port. In addition to some daily necessities, there's also a case of amber wine that I brought back from Font. Could I trouble you to... Is that so? Mr. Ood, Mr.
Hey! What are you doing?
That's Master's voice.
Edgar!
Master!
Hey, Edgar! Hey, Edgar?
No, don't shake him. He's injured. Just leave him to me. You two can... Oh, thank you. Skin is flat.
That strange smell around here. Is it coming from this bottle? Oh, really? You think so? Do you think whoever did this...
I check. Oh, but that's impossible. Oh, the culprit, I mean. It's not like the culprit...
Well, we look...
The most important thing we can do now is focus our efforts on treatment.
So, how's he doing?
When I administered emergency treatment, I discovered he's still unconscious and inducing Ah, yes. But first, Mr. Sylvain, Mr. Lucien.
Wait,
Hey! Were you talking to us, mademoiselle?
Before arriving in Sumeru, I asked a friend from the Special Patrol to look into the creators of it. There were four, a researcher from the two brothers. In the end, every time your brother...
Ah, miss, you have a... What?
Amber wine is a unless until...
Emilie, you little...
Don't misunderstand, Mr. Sylvain. I don't bring... But Master's life is in danger. If Master's attack had some... So I'd like to trouble you for...
Fine.
Sylvain!
Lucien, if this will help us find Kira... You were right, Miss Emilie. There were four of us sometime down...
Sounds like he's still upset about that. Wait, then how did Edgar end up...
Master was convicted as an accomplice, so he only had to serve a few years. He decided to move to Sumeru so that... Still, that's how I met him. But we can talk about that some other time. I want to hear more about this researcher.
Like us, but... Before...
But this...
It didn't matter.
What?
Sounds like you did an investigation of your own.
The name wasn't mentioned in...
Kyria was... He was just a clueless... Vijava kept... After all.
So, you...
Vijava dope. If she left some...
And judging by the liquid in that bottle, the Auguste flower wasn't the only thing he reproduced. He managed to
So the liquid Edgar was forced to ingest really what?
poison! If Auguste could be considered... We're not looking... We only... As long as...
So that's why...
Yes,
Anyway...
Well,
Well... Glad to... Lucien, let's head back to the room.
Yes.
You think so too? But based on Sylvain's tone of voice just now...
The way you exposed them like that? Oh, right.
Oh, yes.
So you're...
Close. In fact, with just a small... Basically, I've learned a lot in my line of work, and I've witnessed a lot of death. But this time, we may still save the patient. Actually, Traveler, could I try... I'll stay here and continue...
Yeah! Skyward! Scatter!
Whoa, why the rush? Did something...
What? Ed, he's the most...
Sheriff, have you received any report...
No. I'll start gathering my force.
What about you, Tainari?
I'm sure the sheriff... Then she was not to mention, as for me,
Oh, that's right.
from Emily's letter, sir, I didn't have time. I have friends and I'll leave you and Emily.
Well, it's been a day. Wonder if Tainari... But things weren't looking good with Emily's master yesterday. We should check out... Emily!
No longer my chemical analysis of a goose... I would...
Elemental energy?
Hard to say. I had to use... Unless you were as for whether...
Oh, that reminds me. Oh, excuse me? Is Miss Emily here? Oh, perfect! Familiar face.
Kale. Oh, of course. Tainari's a pen, please. No need.
Oh, did Tainari send you? Yep. Anyway, based on what the master considered that possibility as well. How is that possible?
It's start...
Hey! Lucian!
It's Sylvain! Wait, you don't think Kirio came back?
That seems impossible. If someone came in or out of the... It's locked?
There's no one here.
Lucian! 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 Come on! Emily! Emily!
I'm sorry, Mr. Sylvain.
No, no, that's not... That's...
Traveler, Kale, Mr. Sylvain has gone. He needs some space to calm down. Could...
Of course. Leave it.
Thank you both. Mr. Sylvain? We'll take things from here. Just focus on getting some rest. Here, this way.
Poor guy. He's like, he may have made some bad decisions.
Good person or bad, the death of a loved one is equally all the moments he shared with his brother, every hardship, and...
If Kirio really was behind this, then...
Lucian can no longer speak, but the traces left behind by his death most certainly can. Traveler, I've got things covered here at the same...
Who would have thought? Yesterday's case is still up in the... Miss Emily, I heard...
Oh, I'm not actually. I did take a look.
Then, would you mind help?
Of course, I appreciate your.
We'll help too. And the windows are shut tight. Well,
So, did you find anything?
Paimon can show you. Here, it'd be something like this.
But,
No, his reaction.
then...
I agree.
Mr. Sylvain,
After Kyria attacked Edgar, we returned to our rooms and decided to lock all the doors. The only door... But I didn't hear any sort of commotion last night. Not a single noise!
so... No movement from the room next door. No signs of it.
I did notice a few things about the body. Lucien's pupils, there weren't any traces of liquid in his mouth or nose, so it's...
A goose? No, that's not possible. In Hay... No. Emilie, you ran your test.
No.
See?
That may be true.
Master!
Edgar?
Sylvain, no matter how hard,
Edgar!
even if we could, no, he wouldn't. That's... Yelena wasn't a scholar from Sumeru.
The Fatous? The Fatui.
Ah, so you've already...
Oh,
The August
The Fatui delusion.
born of a delusion.
that's enough. At first, Yelena didn't have any...
So you decide?
Listen,
It may be true there are no records, but even if no one was a... That explains the Fatui.
a goose.
So there's Bab.
What about you?
I'll admit, we thought about it at one point. We took care to do... But if the Mara show safe and before we could even put our plan in...
But if her goal was to... Yeah, she...
I thought about everything. One of the... After a...
So...
If her true, the August, so...
So the wealthy...
Most... That's why Lucy...
I don't think he knew his sister, Yelena.
Then all we'll need to do is tell Kira... I'm not so sure. Even if he knew the truth, it's hard to put...
Very true.
Edgar!
Think about it. If we hadn't in...
We were just trying to... Lucian's...
3 people. Well, we can only wait until the academia sends...
The hotel could, although with...
Mr. Edgar, are you saying...
If Sylvain is... I'd just like ask for Sylvain. Would you be willing to grant that request?
Well, the man we grew to know...
You have my thanks, Sheriff.
Happened tonight?
Yeah! All we know is that he uses a goose to poison people. But we still have no idea if he targets...
That may be true. If we...
Master, no.
If Kyria... In other words... You
Capture?
afraid? I'm spending the rest of... As for the...
I'll admit, it could... Then I'll station some of my men around the...
I still have some reservations.
I'll also keep watch.
Although, if Kyria noticed an...
You mean if he doesn't...
If that were to happen...
That's why everyone else needs to keep to the shadows.
You're still recovering. You need to rest.
This old...
All right, we can figure out...
Have you heard? Mr. Edgar's been detained.
What? He's the one who... He taught my child how to make perfume.
He hasn't been convicted.
Oh, everyone on... Let's head back to the hotel and take a break.
Yeah! Skyward!
Emilie!
Thank you, Kale. But first, here. I prepared a kind of herbal tea that helps calm the spirit. What?
Oh, that...
Oh, it's...
what?
You seem very...
Oh, Hey, Emilie, Kale. Oh, are we... No, not at all. This will be easier to talk through. I've just been... There was just a... When I accompanied... Maybe Kyria did that on purpose. Maybe he wanted Sylvain to... So did he attack...
Based on what we've heard about Kyria,
Losing his sister all... Whenever I get to thinking... I'm sorry.
there's nothing in all my... Some of the surround your... So while you do Sylvain, answering those I've witnessed, but generally...
Once you're consumed...
You're right. But that also makes... I understand...
Huh.
Emilie, Traveler. Huh? Edgar.
Oh, it's you two! Didn't you head back to your room to rest, Edgar? Is it really okay?
Besides, I don't have much time left in Sumeru.
We could do that for you, Master.
No need. I would imagine Sheriff...
The night walk...
That's right. I've stationed... Exactly. After some discussion, and Emily's expertise is sure to come in handy in a pinch.
Sounds perfectly...
Yeah! Skyward!
Huh. Not a peep. Has Kyria given up on his revenge? Guess... Still nothing unusual. Paimon took a peek into the room next door and Sylvain's already sleepy.
Perhaps Kyria's... No, that can't be right. There must be something...
Maybe we just need to calm down a little. You're right. Maybe we can look for a different distraction then. Oh, there's a glaze lily here. Paimon didn't notice it earlier.
Flowers... Oh no! Sylvain's room! Quick!
Wait, what?
Hey, did you hear?
It was the older of them.
Yeah, I think his name was Sylvain.
First it was Mr. Edgar, then that merchant.
Listen up, everyone. This is an active crime scene.
It's been 3 days and they haven't...
Do you think it could be the work of an... I mean, how do you get away with...
Keep it moving, everyone. No loiter.
I suppose
You don't know that.
you were...
Even if I wasn't there.
Is that so? I have... But Kyria, it really...
If you really want an answer, I suppose you'll have to ask Kyria himself.
Well, Emilie... But... So many flowers were transported. Whether Kyria... I know it...
Of course.
Really? Now I...
Sheriff Sean...
Go ahead. Best not to keep him waiting.
I'm sorry, Master.
Another all-nighter. Paimon sure hopes Emily's plan will go well. Oh, but Holly still looks quite worried. Let's go talk to her. Emily still isn't back. I hope... Yeah, that's true.
Traveler, I had my men start spreading the information you requested. After listening to Emily, to be honest, I'm still not sure how...
The key clue was right in front of us. Let's go. We'll show you where the culprit hid. I only have a basic idea of what happened.
Ah, so...
This is it!
Glazed lily, huh? I think I've heard of it before. It's a...
Well, did you know it only blooms at night?
Emily, you're back!
Exactly as expected.
a flower that only...
Exactly. That's why Kyria chose the...
If applied to the outside... That doesn't sound... If poured into the flower pot... That doesn't sound... There's a... If you stick the petals... There's a sticky... That doesn't sound...
That's right! He applied a diluted form of slime that way however...
And Kyria could...
By the next morning, the sample of a goose would have nearly...
Wait a second. And how did Edgar even...
That's because a goose is just as...
Ah, that can't be right.
I wouldn't use the... You can think of it this way.
All kinds of essential oils common... That doesn't sound... In Fontaine... That doesn't sound... The incense I smelled earlier... In Sumeru...
All chemically produced essential oil...
That stuff gave us a lot of... Ah, yes.
In Sumeru, it's not uncommon...
Flowers were pretty important to this plant.
Actually, it's not a coincidence at all.
No wonder he was willing to... He probably used them more, but in the end...
There's a saying among... But up until this point, but because he's been disguised as someone else, this...
Creating such an intricate... It all points to... The more I spent, it all... Kyria and...
But... Kyria was only in his teen. Edgar's lived here for so many...
Bad news, Sheriff! Mr. Edgar was attacked!
What?
A dark shadow-like figure just ran... But before we could even react, do you think Kyria could...
I need you to think very carefully about this.
I mean... It would seem Master decided to tap in...
What? But that's so dangerous with the condition he's...
But... What?
No. If his aim was to target...
If he lives so...
Then...
The shadow-like figure ran in the direction of the elevator, and my partner immediately chased after them.
We should hurry, before they're forced to confront each other.
Where in the world did he go? Let's ask the merchants nearby.
A shadow-like figure with an... Sorry, I didn't...
It's all right. Please, calm down and take a deep breath.
How could...
Into the shadows. Yeah! Skyward!
If we go...
It's all right. I can detect a... It's this way. Please, follow me.
Yeah! Skyward!
The scent is getting stronger. This must be the place.
Oh! O's! Are you all right? Were you attacked?
Let me take a look.
The air definitely feels heavy. It smells nice, but for some reason, this feeling...
Everything looks all right. It was probably...
I can't rest. Mr. Ed, he's a good man.
O's, you need to calm...
But how is that? Mr. Edgar is...
That's precisely why he had to resort to extraordinary... Curia used a delusion.
No.
And what if the I've yet to confirm it, but I suspect Curia killed the real Ed while Edgar was incarcerated. The new Edgar then decided to relocate to Sumeru, seemingly out of an innocuous... And Sumeru, as the years went by, he removed his disguise a little...
That explains why he aged himself...
I need to find Mr. Edgar. He's not that kind of person. He can't be.
What you really need...
No,
Wait! This environment is likely being influenced by the delusion. Any discomfort, I know how to relieve your... I'm sure Kira...
Kale's right. The Traveler and I will take things from here. This leads me to believe those blessed with a vision... Actually, now that I hate to trouble...
Thanks. Hear that?
Traveler, for someone who's only...
Don't worry. We're not going... Monsters. Perhaps they were attracted here by the increased level of elemental energy.
Absorption test.
I've never seen these seeds before. They must also have been created with the power of a delusion. It seems to be avoiding us, and there's no other way forward. Perhaps we could try luring it to the edge of the cliff. hear that statement is truer than you know, Paimon.
But why? He only needed a...
Perhaps hatred wasn't the... Not long ago, he told me he didn't want all, but Kyria betrayed Snezhnaya, abandoned Fontaine, and lived his entire life for someone with nowhere to call home.
Time to go!
Quake!
Rain Cutter! No, my sword!
Russian floral! See?
A plant that destroys seeds. Huh. Quite the ecological marvel. Let's head back to the place where the seeds first appeared.
Crumble!
Stand clear. Extract!
Stabilize!
The scent of flowers is getting stronger. We're almost at the end. The scent of flowers.
Did they catch up? No. My strength is just waning. But it doesn't matter.
This is a garden of Auguste flowers. But it's not mine. It's the one that was set on fire all... Yelena? Yelena! You tried to hide it from me, but I owe the reason why you continued to use the delusion. The reason why you set your garden up. I shouldn't have listened to you that day. I shouldn't have taken the Mora and ran. But by the time I realized something wasn't right, there was nothing left. I know I'm almost 20 years too late. I should have died with you that day. Yelena? Yelena! No! Don't leave me! Yelena!
I'm alive. No.
That was an illusion.
No. The amount of Auguste I drank. A fake. But
we started making the preparations last to create a perfect accord. The accord is the basis of perfume making, the product in its most
primitive form. Ambergris mixed with cedar wood, rounded out with a base note of agar wood.
This is the scent of leather?
Exactly. We're unable to extract essential oils from leather, but by combining other raw materials, we can recreate its essence. That is the purpose of an accord.
Does that mean you can recreate any scent in the whole world?
I'm afraid not. Certain fragrances in this world are simply one of a kind. That quality is what draws people in and fuels their obsessions.
If I wear Auguste to the ball, I'll also be one of a kind.
Our competitor already got their hands on it.
It doesn't matter how much it costs. I have to buy something better.
This fragrance will be one of a kind, no more. Myths can be deconstructed. Miracles can be recreated. All it takes is skill, experience, limitless exploration, and a little patience. The only thing left is determining where the real Auguste is hidden. Pretending to be attacked means he's not free to move around. Auguste must be hidden within reach.
Paimon took a peek through the window earlier and his house was packed with flowers.
The curator commissioned a flower pot from Kasharawar, capable of retaining heat and moisture.
Perfumes are as beautiful as flowers, and equally as delicate. When stored, you must take care to control the temperature and keep them away from direct sunlight. Did you get all that, Emilie?
I got it.
Did you hear? Someone was attacked again last night.
So, Sylvain is dead. Is that right?
Yes, Master.
So, you switched the bottles of Auguste, and then lied to me about Sylvain's death.
Convincing you that your revenge had been complete.
Impossible. Even if you found a way to switch out the bottles, if Auguste was so easy.
It was a combination of rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. But recently, we found a
Rainbow roses?
Auguste was created over 10 years ago. Perfumery techniques are advancing day by day. We found better ways to extract the mythos surrounding Auguste may have been untouchable on
The past.
You've been working as a perfumer for all these years. You should have always known, but the meaning you assigned to Auguste became so you believed in its divinity, and your obsession with
We just didn't expect it to happen, so...
Well, so... since you've been preparing, that means the news of Sylvain's...
Yes.
Who knows?
I know if you had things your way, all the crimes he concealed...
Is that so?
Whoa, he accepted that kind of fast.
I don't feel the need to I did.
Careful, everyone.
Stick close.
Looks like
Of course, Master.
the combination you used to make your accord.
The scent of Auguste is complex and varied, yet the main ingredient So, as I was analyzing the sample yesterday, I got to thinking, what if this...
You're saying Yelena designed...
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, Cecilias... The perfumers of the past knew that if you combine their scent, but if you cultivate a new flower species that
Rainbow roses, glaze lilies, and Cecilias. Yelena.
Skyward! Did you know? Right? I heard.
Seems like everyone in Fontaine is talking about the new perfume you're releasing.
I was hoping to release... I just hope it won't become the source of... I did. Oh, also...
Of course! Oh, it smells great!
It's all right. All feedback is worth considering. Besides, when it comes to perfume, commenting on whether...
Right! Do those flowers have some special...
if I...
A language of flowers? Oh, we've heard of that before!
What each flower is said to represent, after returning to Fontaine, I did some research. And perhaps that's the legacy Yelena always...
You think Kyria knew about that?
I paid him a visit before his... Who knows? Maybe she did... Yelena is gone. Even if that is what avenging her death? Kyria cultivated his revenge like... In any case, thank you for saving my life. Love and hatred are a privilege when someone dies, but even if it's only a conjecture, the meaning we give to flowers, the symbolism, and yet at the very outset, they're born from the...
Art is the key ingredient in fine dining.